A high-flying city financier now faces paying millions in legal costs after losing her £600 million High Court bid against Barclays over the behavior of the bank's bosses when negotiating investment deals during the 2008 financial crisis. Amanda Stavely, 47, claimed Barclays agreed to provide an unsecured £2 billion loan to Qatari investors, but says the loan was concealed from the market, shareholders, and PCP Capital Partners, a private equity firm she runs.
The bank disputed her allegations and today succeeded in their bid to have her claim dismissed. Barclays said after the verdict, "We welcome the court's decision to dismiss PCP's claim in its entirety and award it no damages." The trial heard claims of unsavory behavior by former Barclays bosses Richard Booth and Roger Jenkins, who allegedly called the high-flying executive a dolly bird and a tart.
In his ruling, the judge said Barclays was guilty of serious deceit towards PCP, and said the process looked smelly and dodgy. But he said he had concluded that PCP would have discovered the truth and would then have negotiated with Barclays for the same deal, pro rata as the Qatari interests.
The legal costs will be determined at a later hearing, but are likely to run to millions, a legal firm told Mail Online today. However, Ms. Stavely is now considering an appeal. Speaking after the ruling, Ms. Stavely said, "In spite of Barclays' efforts to question my character and credentials, the court has recognized my abilities as a businesswoman and the truth of my account of events.
The judgment confirms what I have said from the outset and repeated in my evidence. A senior executive at Barclays repeatedly lied to me when seeking private investment in the bank during the 2008 financial crisis."
The evidence at trial was clear and unequivocal. PCP was an investor in the transaction and played an integral role in the capital raising, which ultimately prevented the bank from being nationalized.
"I will be taking advice on appealing the judge's decision not to award damages."
Richard Booth referred to Ms. Stavely as that dolly bird during an evening telephone call with Mr. Jenkins in October 2008, the trial heard. Mr. Jenkins referred to her as the tart, the judge heard.
Another then Barclays boss speculated about whether she was sleeping with Manchester City owner Sheikh Mansour.
Stephen Jones made the comment in a telephone call with another then bank boss in October 2008, saying, "Whether she's sleeping with him or not I couldn't tell you."
He had also, in a separate 2008 phone call with the same colleague, referred to Ms. Stavely as being as thick as S and having large breasts, the trial heard.
Mr. Jones nicknamed himself Pooper Scooper to Mr. Jenkins, who he said was known as Big Dog, the judge heard. He discussed his hierarchical relationship with Mr. Jenkins, then the bank's executive chairman of Middle East business, in a 2008 phone call with a colleague, Mr. Justice Waxman was told.
Mr. Jones, who worked in Barclays' investment banking division, told his colleague that he had become Mr. Jenkins' personal flunky in previous weeks. He said he bit Mr. Jenkins' bum, occasionally.
At one point during the trial, Ms. Stavely broke down in tears.
She cried after a barrister leading Barclays' legal team accused her of engaging in a hustle.